Okay. Hi, Hano. Hi, Liam. Let's just summarize what we did so far. First, we started databases. Then we did Python. From Python, we moved on to Django. In Django, we started by talking about the data layer, meaning how we make a model and we create tables in the databases. Then the we saw the templates, which is the screens themselves. Then we talked about the logical layer. We used the view. And last time we saw the whole structure of an application. We started a new application. We start building it up. And today we will go first. We'll do a review of everything. And, uh, and then we'll see how to it will be really a review of everything we have done, and then we'll move slowly forward in seeing how templates is really structured so I can really use more sophisticated templates. And then next time, we will continue and start building up the logical layer of the billings and really adding some information about customers or list of customers, how we add a record or a row in a table. And that will be really giving us some experience of how can I really have the whole structure of entering data from the presentation layer, the templates, and going to the logical layer, and from the logical layer, going and enter the data into the database. So let's start. Let's look at what we did last time. Last time we created this application, the billings. If you recall, the way we created a new application, the way we create an application, we use the command Python manage.py, and then we write start app. Okay, and we give a name, of course, of that app. We call it the billings. Okay, which is going to be like a little application of billing a customer. Okay, and we'll talk about later on. Let's just focus on how we create first an application. Good. So if I run that one, it will create that kind of a folder we had here. And in fact, it will create it right under the one I'm running the web, but I moved it right under the apps directory. Okay, that was one thing that we did. After we have the application, we have all those files, and we went over what each file does. First one is the models. The models here we will make tables. We haven't done yet anything, but we will. The next one, we have the URLs. URLs is the navigator. It's like everything that the user is asking eventually coming to here. And what is the process? The process starts for the whole application, the whole project from under the threads, we have a URL, the URL, here we go. We have the URL. Every call comes to here first. So when we go, let me start the application here. Python manage.py run server, and I'm running it. Okay, I'm coming to here, and it will here I'm having the whole application, okay? In fact, when I click here, it's really like calling this server. This server, it's happened to be my own computer because it's 127.0.0.1.8,000, it's just a port. It's really calling this server, and this is really what it's here. So if you go to the browser and you just type this address, it will give you this page. But how did I got this page? The process is that after you calling this server, first place it goes, it's to here. So after the address, I don't really have anything. So what it will do, it will come to this file and look for the empty place. This one is an empty, it's an R, it's for regular expression, okay? It looks for a place that I don't have anything. When it has nothing, it will transfer me to this path, which is going to the main application. When it goes to the main application, it's going to look for this file, okay? When you find this file, which is right in here under the apps, exactly like traits, apps, main, okay? I have the main. Under the main, I'm looking for the file URLs. And in fact, which one is going to take? The next one is also the empty one because that's really what we have. So there's nothing after. So it's going to transfer me to the main, and in the main, it will look for the empty one. And the empty one, it's really this one. And in this one, it gets to this one, is looking for this function. And if I do Control B, it will take me right to that function. Nice, I get to this function, and it does something. And we said that this one is rendering the page. It's rendering a page, in this case, is a page called home.html. Oh, what is this template? This is really a template, home.html. This one will be under the main. We have a templates directory where we're supposed to put all the templates for this app, the app main. Under the main, here we go, we have a main. This is really the template. We're sending the user. One more comment, I didn't talk about it last time, I'll talk about it a little bit now. When I'm asking him send this page to the user, find it in the main templates under main. Okay, and I made a comment last time. The reason I'm keeping main and something, so if I have the same name of a template for another application, they won't get mixed up. So Django, when he's really rendering or organizing those templates, is putting them under the same directory. So in order for them not to be mixed up, we always, under the templates, which is under the application, we always put a directory with the same name. So this main refer to this directory. And under that, I'm looking for the main template, okay? The home template. This is exactly what I'm sending the user. When I'm sending it to the user, I'm transferring some variables. Here I'm transferring a variable called title. And what is the title? This, don't get confused. This is a little confusing because the name I gave this title is a variable in Python. And this variable says homepage for trading. I'm transferring the content of this variable to the templates. In this way, I'm sending a dictionary. This becomes to be the new title inside the template. What do I mean by that? I will demonstrate in a second. So when I'm transferring information to the templates, I want to transfer it from here, for example, and as we'll see, we'll use it a lot. Transferring data to a template, we use it by a way of sending a dictionary, putting a dictionary here, and I can have several variables, and I will demonstrate that too. But for now, I'm just sending very simple things. I'm creating a new variable that's going to be inside the environment of the templates. And what am I transferring as the value of it? This is the name of the variable. This is the value. The value is this variable in Python. This variable is in Python. Let me make, just to demonstrate, I'll put underscore here. It's a different name. This is a different name. You see it's commenting that it doesn't recognize. But if I put underscore here, it means I'm transferring the content of variable title underscore to a new variable called title, and this title variable will be recognized inside the template. Let's see what I mean, okay? It's not really that clear. Let's go into this template. Oh, this template is a very simple one. We saw last time, we're inheriting from the best man, and I'm gonna review that again today. And inside there's some stuff, but here is a nice thing that we can talk about first time. See what this one says. It says, div, by the way, it's like a paragraph. It's not a paragraph, it's really a section, a block of code in HTML. It's like a block that can put information. This is the language of HTML, protocol HTML. Under that, I can make a title. H1 is title. You can have H2, H3. H1 is the big letters, okay? So what I want him to type inside there, it's the value of the variable title. Where is this variable came from? Right from here. When I'm transferring title. Pay attention, I intentionally rename that one to be title underscore. It doesn't make difference, but for instruction purposes, this is a different variable. Not, I'm transferring the content of it in a new variable, this one. Let's call it 1, just for to make it even more than that. This is really the name. If I transfer it this way, here it will not know what title is. I would have to change it to 1, because that's really what I've been transferred. Okay, so the view, I can transfer information from the Python code into the template, and inside the template, I can use it before it gets to the user. So before I send it to the user render, it's a function in Python. Knows how to transfer a template to the user. Before it does that, it will take a variable and this template will prepare itself before rendering. So when I look at that here, it will put basically the title 1. And what is title 1? Title 1, it's really the title underscore in Python. And underscore in Python, it's really the content here. In fact, if I really wanted, I can take the content from here. I usually like it the way I wrote it before, but you can really do it this way. It will be the same things. I don't have to create another variable. I could have just transferred the content just like that. Now we will title, in fact, let's put it back here to be title. Title is really nothing but whatever this string. Now really title is string, a home page for trading. So let's go here and let's change it to make sure, otherwise you won't recognize, sorry. Okay, let's see the effect of it. Okay, let's go back here. If you notice, it says home page for trading. In fact, this is really the string. When I refresh it, this is really what it is. Let's play with it a little bit. So let's change the title. That's right here, okay, underscore dash, just a test, just a test. You will see that this content will be right in the page. So what will happen is, I'm transferring now this string with this addition. It will go as a variable title inside the template. The template will build themselves, and then Python will render it to the user. So if we look at it here, this one will tell me now, we'll have the addition of just a test, and then we'll send it. So let's see it. Let me refresh, and here we go. Just a test. You see, this is the way I really kind of affected a value of something that I can show in the web page. We're going to do something more sophisticated than that. Okay, we'll do something more interesting. We'll pull data from a database, and then we'll present it in the page, and that's really what we want. Later on, you want to do more than that. You would like to do that. In fact, in this stage, in the view, that's why we call it the logical layer, inside the function, even before I get to here, I might run some algorithm in machine learning It will do the whole process. We'll update database, we'll download data from the internet, we'll do all the analysis, run all the algorithm. We'll finish, I get the results. Based on the results, I will transfer it to here. And here, I will be able to present it. And that's why this course is so important before we jump into machine learning or any other course. So this one is the way we're transferring data into the template before we print it, okay? Good. So one more time. This is the function being called by the URL. We have the URL and the URL called this function. But before I got to here, I got it even before. I got it from this file. So this is the main navigator. The main navigator tells me to which applications to go. This time in the beginning, when we just start the application, naturally we'll go to the main. We put it as an empty. From this file, the navigator tells me go to this function. This function, after I got to here, and it will render me a template called home. But before it will render it, it will transfer some information to this template. This template will prepare itself. And then I will send it to the user, and that's what we see. How do we organize that? We'll learn step by step. We can do it, the whole things in one time. There is a whole language called HTML here we need to know in order to use it, okay? So step by step, we learn the div. Div is a block, okay? By the way, you can really put here, you know, this really belongs to HTML. And I really strongly recommend to look a little bit. You can write here a style. Okay, there's a lot of them. Okay, and you can put here color. Or let's do background. By the way, the best way to learn, as I mentioned last time, is by going to this website. It's an excellent website. It's called 3 School, I think. School. Yeah, I think W3 School. In a minute, here we go, it will open up. Go here, you can go here, here we go, you have the HTML, learn HTML. And go over it a little bit. You know, you can go, let's say we have a div here, okay? Might have here a div, you know, the best, it's going to be, just give me a P is a paragraph. That's one we talked about it, but let me see. I tell you, you know, you will accumulate that knowledge. Let's see, I didn't really dive into that too much, but here we go. Let's see the element, HTML elements, beautiful. So he's talking about how a structure of an element, okay? BR, it's a new line, okay? Go into that, play with it slightly, okay? Then later on, go into CSS. CSS is really styling, okay? It talks about how you color it, the whole things, okay? By the way, here we go. You see a style color? That's really what I just started. But you can, you know what, let's do that, okay? See, in fact, this is very close to the example I just used in mine. Okay? Instead of the divs will affect everything inside that block. This one will affect only the H1, okay? Here, well, style means you can have a lot of styles you can have for every element in HTML. So color, how I would do color yellow. I'm a colorblind. Yellow will be easier for me to spot, okay? By the way, you have all colors, you can mix it, blah, 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 all of that. Let's say, run it, let's check it out. I'm supposed to see that in blue, okay? Refresh it, here we go. See that? We change the text and I just change it to yellow. You can change it to any color you wish. And later on, we will see, this is not the best way to do it, it's just for demonstration now. Later on, we will learn about style sheets. And that's really more in the other classes, the more advanced class. We dive in a little bit more and how you do it really in a smart way. And in fact, you can even use JavaScript to manipulate the color based on what the user does. Okay. For now, I will just put, again, I'll put blue now, just for blue. I think this is a really nicer color. Okay. And I will click here. It is turned to blue. Okay. And you can do anything. There's so much. You can really look at that. This is an excellent website. Learning HTML. Our objective in this course is not really to teach you HTML. That's we believe you can learn on your own. We direct you, we tell you where to find it, but we count on you to be able to do that. We really we kind of combining everything. That's really the special in our course. By the way, this is really a good component. Look at the table. How do I make a table? So how make a table like that? I have columns, I have rows, I can have even color changing. Beautiful exercise, excellent material. So there's give you the code, you go and try it yourself. Excellent. This is really like empty table. Say we have something that's called table, ending with the table, almost pay attention. Every row, you have TR, it's for every row. So the first row, it really is like the title, okay? In fact, you will see, you could change that one to head. Many times you want T-head. This is really more professional T-head. They really didn't really, I usually like to be really more, this is really the way you should do it, okay? Later on, you will have in that one, you have also what is called T-body, okay? And I think this is good to be, as you learn more, this is really the first example, okay? You should really put this one here, and more, this one, put a slash here. You won't change, you won't see a difference here, but this is the right things to do. Here I will run it, you won't see any difference, but this is really the right way. Now you can imagine what we would like to do in our course. We can build it manually, but that will be stupid. A smarter way is, can I get a content of a table in a database and turn it to HTML? And that's what we will do in this course. That's more interesting. Okay, so this one will make it dynamic. So we might write the whole code, and then inside the template, we'll learn how to take the data from the database. In fact, that's what we'll do in the view, in the function. After we'll pull the data from the database, we transfer it to the template, and then we will make a whole. You see, each one of them will be a record in the database. It will be a row in the database. Okay, so we don't really have to do it manually. This is a good example as a beginning. Okay, and by the way, you could already, by the way, this tells you the width, how width is the table, but you can add another things. How about we add color here? Now something that we just learned. Let's call it blue. You put a semicolon. Okay, let's run it, see what happens. Oh, you see, it changed the whole colors. Well, it's beautiful. You can see that this style sheets, this is style, which we will usually use inside we will put it in another file, and we will see later on how we can use it in a much more sophisticated way. This is just a simple to tell you how powerful the combination of ability to program in Python, access to databases will allow us to make nice tables. Then we have the templates. Inside the templates, we'll see we'll use the HTML. Then we'll learn another language later on in this course called JavaScript, in which on the client side, we will manipulate all those components based on what the user is doing. Very beautiful, okay? So this is really, that's what I said the last 4 sessions. We started really the course, okay? Please, please, please do go over this website. Excellent website. I can't really recommend a better one, okay? And other things, okay, I would like, let's look at the images. I want to put an image, okay? Oh, nice. Image is very important. So here is an example. You will put a source image, has this tag called image. I put a source, it's the name of the picture. By the way, this looks naive. Whoever look at that will say, hey, how do I know what this picture is? Okay, this is the name of the picture. But where I put it on the hard disk, I will talk about it too. Very important. Then there's an alternative. If it doesn't find the picture, it will put this title instead, okay? So I now demonstrate. Let's say here, let's go here. So here you have an example, okay? You have a web page. You see this is H2. It's a little smaller if I want a bigger title. That's already we know, H1. We'll make it bigger, okay? Don't be afraid. This is an excellent website to practice. And it will show me this picture. But it really needs to know where it is. It has to be in this example in the same directory on the hard disk where this page is. But many times I would like to put this picture in another place. And we will learn how you manage directories in Django, where you put your images, where do you put other files. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that goes together. Let's run it. I see it's bigger. Okay, we want to change it. We already know. We put style equal. Let's again put color blue. Close. It will change the color of that one to blue. Now I wanted to demonstrate how important it is where is this image is. Okay. Of course, if I change the title here, that's one. It doesn't know what picture it is. I just made it up. When I run it, I'll get an error. There is nothing. Oh, but just to make sure that for some reason, if the picture doesn't come out, the user will see something. That's what whatever you write in the alt will show instead of the image. Okay, and there is a lot of those ones. The more you accumulate knowledge, the more powerful in what you can do. Okay, so let's put it back. Let's see how we use that in our application. Okay, we have a nice picture here. Okay, let's see how do we use it here. That's really nice. Here is the beauty. We have image, but this looks like almost totally different. We have the width and the height, very similar to what we saw in this example here. Width and height tells me the size of the image. By the way, if I will shrink it to 100, you see it will be a smaller image. You see, I shrink it, put it back here. Okay, or if I want really, let's multiply both of them by, let's put 1,000, each one of them. That would be a huge picture. See, it would be a big, huge picture. So I can control the height and the width. So that's really what we did here. Some things. Okay, but this is really special for Django. In Django, they adopted another language called Jinja. So the code you see here is really part of another language called Jinja, which allows me to kind of really write the code of where to find this image. I have an image called man1 JPEG. I put it under a directory called man, but there is something really unique here. There's something called static. It's where I put some images. I will just mention it now. I will talk about it again when I talk about the organizations of your project. For now, what this picture is, let's look for a folder. Let's look for a folder called static. See, there is a folder static, there is a folder media. Let's click on them, both of them. Those two, you will need to really know them quite well. Oh, I have mail in both of them. So what the purpose of each one of them? It says static here, that means it's going to go to this file. And under this directory, Django does all the work to know really what it is. It will go under the C, traits, web, all of that. It will find that. By writing static here, it will take me to here. And under that one, I'm telling him, go to this directory called man. Oh, nice. Click man. Here we go. This is really the image. So double click on it. Let's look at it. Oh, really it is. You see? That's the image. So I can put the image here. And now I don't have to worry about how Django does it. I really don't care. As time goes by, you will really know, you will understand how it does it. For now, it's just enough to know we have a directory called static. And under that, I can put any images, I can put files, I can put a lot of things. it's good to organize it. Don't put it just randomly. Make a directory for every application. You start getting the idea. We're making under every main directory, a directory for each application. Under that one, I tell him, okay, give me this picture. Fair enough? This is good, okay? Let's say this picture, by the way. What is this picture? Okay, let's put this picture instead. So how do I do it? I click, here we go, rename. I'm just changing the picture, okay? Just, instead of the JPEG, I'm gonna put this one instead. Just to remind you. Okay, which pictures do we have here? We have this one, okay? I want to replace it with the other picture. Very easy. I have that picture in the main directory, in the static, and instead of this one, I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to replace this one by this one. See, I don't really need to be genius. Very simple. Okay, so let's go back, refresh this page. A different picture. Very cool. Hey, how about if I want to put two pictures? Very easy. That's what now I leave to you. You can really learn the whole things and add many others. By the way, if let's copy this one as it is. Okay, let's make another one. So let's go back to this one. Let's say will be the main one dot JPEG. Okay, now I'll have two pictures. Very cool. Hey, but they're next to each other. How can I make one over the other one? That's why you need to learn a little bit HTML. By the way, BR means, and I usually don't like to put it this way. I don't know why I did it last time. It is the best way to do it, better way. Always be precise, okay? Okay, this is really XHTML, but I will talk about it some other course. Here, I can put another line, BR, BR. Okay, it will make a space, it will make a new line. And when it will make a low line, I will see them one above the other one. That's pretty cool. Okay, then you can just imagine, you can really create even here, you can really create a, by the way, we learn in Python. Okay, we learn in Python how to make a loop. Can I do a loop inside a template? Let's try it. Okay, I do it here. And this is why you need Django. This is why you need a different language. The syntax is very similar. It's not an HTML now. I'm using now Django, what is called Django. I'm going to take this one. And I'm going to create a for loop. For I in a, let's do it there, for I lower than 4. Okay? And I will ignore, I don't even use the I. I just write here and 4 and 4. Let's run it. Let's see what happened. Okay? Hope I didn't really get wrong here. I don't think so, but let's see in a minute. Run it. Yep, I got an error. It didn't like me. So let's see what the error. Let's go here. Let's write Django. Let's see what I made wrong. Django, and get used to it. You will do it a lot what I'm doing now. Sometimes you'll forget, okay? And I use it a lot, so I do really know how it's supposed to be. But let's say I write Django template for loop. Okay, and here we go. Bingo. By the way, a range, you can really do a simple range. Later on, I will teach you how you can really do it. By the way, built-in tags and filters. That's a very important topic. But let's see this one. Here we go. How do I write a loop? Oh, for in. Oh, okay. So I need a range. How do I do that? Okay, how do I do a range? By the way, Django doesn't have a range. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, you will have to be a little creative. I created what is known as a filter. Okay, but I'm not going to use it here. I'm just going to be a little more creative. Let's go here. We know in Python we do have in, no, not here. mistake. Let's go here. We do know in Python we have a range. Is that right? If I go here, I can type a range, a 1, 2, 4. Okay, and that's what equal range. By the way, how do you do a range from 1 to 4? Hope you don't get wrong now. If I type here 4, it will be wrong answer. Is that right? If I write 4 here, it will be the wrong answer. Okay, what should I do here in order to get 1 to 4? I should really type 1, comma, and 5, because Python is a zero-based language. So it will start from 0 to 4 last time. If I only did 1, it will start from 0 to 4, to 3, including 3, 4 numbers, 0 up to 3. If I want 1 to 4, I have to write it this way. Now this one could be a variable, by the way. So let's run it. Let's add it to the list here. Fair enough? Oh, now I have a new variable that has 1 to 4. Let's go back to here. Here, the template wants to use it. So how about we do for I in this range. Now I have this variable. Maybe that will work. Let's try it. Okay? Let's try it. See if we have an error or not. Let's move on. Let's close this one. No, let's do it. We're here. On it. Oh, nice. See, he really put the same picture over and over. It's hard for me to see. So let's do a little bit. Okay? That is so we will convince ourselves we didn't really. Let's put another BR. We'll put an empty line there. Another empty row. Let's say, what did I do? No, I didn't want to do that. On it. You see, it put already 4 times the row. Okay? If I want, I can put even a number. That's pretty cool. Now you see the power of the whole things. I can put here before the image. I can put something like that, whatever I want, yeah? And inside, now I have to put it in double bracket, and I can put a variable. This time I will use the I. I is gonna run from 1 to 4, and it's gonna be, these parentheses, it will be part of the HTML. This one is just the way I can transfer variable inside the HTML. Think about how much work they had to do to create this new extra language, allow you to manipulate a template for presentation. So if I click on it, I'll get the numbers. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you also know, if you want to make it big, no problem. You start accumulating a little knowledge and you become to be a little more powerful. How about we put here H? I can put an H1, and then I would go here and make it an H1. But of course, I forgot something. I shouldn't do it this way. I should put a slash here. Let's see, we get it a little bigger numbers. I should. Oh, here we go. I got a big number. Hey, you put it on the top. Again, you will need to learn those stuff. H, it's really starting a new line right after that. So it's like really putting it like that. Okay? If you only want to make it bigger, just bigger and don't have a new, there's another tag called span. What did I do? Here we go, span. And you can put span here. And inside the span, there's you can put a size, for example. Size as an attribute. That's right number. Let's just do number 5. That's what give me a different size, blah, blah, blah. The whole world. There's people, they're professional, by the way. Here we go. Okay, maybe I can make it bigger. Let's look at that. I don't really remember. Let's say I will go into here. I will type span. Here we go, HTML. and I want size. Is that right? Maybe I misspell, maybe I don't. That gives you an opportunity to learn about it. Font size, okay. Maybe it should say font size. Is that right? Size, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. See, I should have used font size. So I can use this one instead. Here we go, let's do that. I'll take that one and get used to it. You will be doing that a lot. You can't remember the whole things in HTML, Jinja, Python, HTML, SQL, too much. And this is a beautiful way you can train yourself to learn how to use the internet, to know a lot, and whatever you don't know, don't be afraid, just go online. That's why I always say exams in your age has to be, you see, I just changed the size. Can I remember all of that? No way. But you develop skills to be able to do it. Don't waste your time for no reason, okay? Later on, by the way, you can make something I talked about before. I can make a table, by the way. Can I make a table here? How about we make a table? Just for fun. Okay, let's make just for fun. How about I make a table? So I can start here a table. Is that right? Yeah, let's close that one. I'll put the last tag after the for loop. I need to do it after the for loop. And then I can remove this. No, let's save it. I can close it. That will be the end of the table. Now inside the loop, I can make the TR. I will skip the title, you know, TR, that will be a new row. So for each loop, pay attention, I'm making a new row. That will give me a new row. Now I will have it looks like a table. But I need to add one more thing. For every row, I need to add the column. So for every cell inside the table, I have to use TD. So it will have only one column in this case, okay? Let's move that one. I usually like to do it this way. It will be readable, okay? And you will see, you will be copying from yourself over time. You can remember all of that. By the way, I don't really need that one anymore because the table will take care of it. Now I'll just close it here. Okay, now let's run it. Ah, here we go, nice. Now you really do have a table. You moved it to the left because it's, you know, in the table it's putting everything to the left. Just to demonstrate to yourself so you can really understand it. I can add another column. It's another TD. So it will not look like empty. I'll just put Amos. This one doesn't depend. Pay attention. He's repeating everything 4 times because that's the way I told him. I could have put the number here, or if I wanted, in this column, I could have put here I, and put the number. And if I really want it to look nicer, I'll just change the order. So that will be the second column. Fair enough. Now let's go refresh. We'll get the table, which the numbers, you see the numbers, first column. Oh, but it doesn't look like a table. I want to put, you know, the edges of the table, and that I leave you to play with. You have everything in this website. This is an excellent, okay? You can go into, let's go into this one. Let's go again. You can type W school. I always forget, but I always find it. W3, I think. Okay, and type here table, and you will see. You can learn it by yourself. There's no reason why not. Just remember there's this website. Okay, here's an example. You see, you can see the lines. Look at it. And give you a little bit, oh, this is nice. You see, this is what we call style. We'll talk about it in another session. I want to just to continue our review. And inside our review, in fact, if you notice, I just developed a whole new topic today. But I will talk about how you organize style. This is a little better way than putting everything inside the table. Just as a comment, okay? If you see, it has border and it might have border colors. If you see that, let me take that one. I will just copy this one. As time goes by, you will learn all of that stuff. In fact, you even will see this one, this part, make it the color changing one row at a time. You don't have to remember. In fact, there's no way you can remember. Honestly, I myself don't remember. But when I look at that code, I immediately identify, and if I want this style, I just copy this code, change the colors, and I know how it works and move on. No way you can remember. There is also so much more. There's no way you can remember all of it. Okay, so just for presentation purposes, let's go into here, and in the table, let me put style here. Style equal, and here we go. I'm gonna put this one, and let's see what happened. It's supposed to give me a little frame around it, okay? See, there is a frame here now. It's just a little tiny one. You wanna increase it? No problem. Go into here, instead of 1, like it's 5. It will be wider, okay? There's a lot. You can't know the whole things in one day or a week even, or say, make it wider. Hey, I want different color, you can change the color, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole world. But what happened over time is you will do one, you learn it, and when you need to make a table, you just copy that table. Moreover, to make it nicer, many times you just, as in this example, they have done it nicely. You can put the whole things, even not in here, you can just put it in another file, and all your table will look the same. So you automatically, every place you will find the table, you will not to use it. But that will leave for another session, okay? The most important stage for today, we learn a little bit about HTML. We continue talking about templates, how important it is. We learn a little bit how to put a picture, and we'll learn later on how we add a button, how do we add something that can enter data. And the most important is how the data end up in a database. That's what we'll get to there, okay? Step by step. Beautiful. So we modified our main one. We learned how to add another picture. Beautiful. So let's go back to what we really started today and what we did last time. So we played a little bit with the main HTML. If I delete the whole things here, the whole things will be gone. Will be only the title. There we go. Nothing here. Everything is gone. Only the title. I can leave it. It's not really that crucial for me. Okay. Let's go and focus on the. Let's focus on the new application we start developing. The new application with the deep billings. So if we would like, okay, to add to this one, we'll come back to that. I'm going to close this one. I should close this one, and close this one. Okay. I'm going back to the billing, the base, and in fact, this was the base, and we also had inside, we made 2 templates last time, if you recall. The index was the one that we're playing. So let's go back. How did I get to this page? Okay, and develop it. Oh, good. So one more time, if I want to get to the billings application, we made it in such a way that we have to type here /d billings, enter. And we got a new page. Oh, it's empty. No surprise, I will say in a minute why it's empty. But what is the process to get to here? Again, the process starts from here. This file. This file, the URLs, goes here and find the one that starts with the word deep billings. Oh, I found one. Because that's what I just put on the top here. See the deep billings / that's exactly tells him go to this, go to here. Oh, getting here, that means go to this file called under the threads, apps, the billings URLs. It goes to here, that means go to the apps, go to the billings, and go to this file. It gets to here, okay? Now, there's nothing after the billings, nothing after the billings, meaning go to here. Don't go to here. If I wanted to go to Amos, I would have to type Amos after that. But I didn't put anything, so that means it's going to go to this function. Going to this function, meaning ending up here. Very similar to the way it's we did with the other with the main one. By the way, here I want to render this one. Hey, pay attention. Hey, I went through a shortcut. I can transfer some information here, can't I? I can enter a dictionary here and transfer some information to this template like we did in the main. Remind you, where's the application, the main? Main, here we go. Template, views, and here we go. We have a dictionary, we can transfer variables, correct? Here in fact, now I don't really need it anymore. I deleted the whole things. So I don't really need that one. That will be enough. Okay, but basically very similar. Here I just called it home, and here I just called it index. Doesn't matter. The name, I make up the names. Okay, let's look at this one. It's empty. Let's transfer to it like I did before. Title variable. Title. So we see that we actually doing something and we're not getting lost. Just a test, anytime I like it. Okay, I have a title variable going into the template. Inside the template, here we go, it's empty. So how about we will do something like that? It won't work, okay? I will do it, but you will see it will not work, and that's the purpose of the session today. I'll write title now. I'll run it, nothing will come there. And nothing. What is the title? I don't see any title. I can't even an error. No, here we go. Okay, nothing. How come? That's the topic of today, really. And we're leading to it. Please, let's look again on the main template. There's something interesting. If you notice, all the HTML, it's in a block called the block body. Let's copy it. The only things I'm going to do now, so to convince you, I don't really want to copy the content. I'm just going to put this one inside. Let's see if that will work, and then we'll understand why it works. Refresh. Hey, we got the title. Amazing. That's not coincidence. There is a logic of how I got it to work. One more time. The only things I did, I added this block. And now it's the hardest part of templates. Please pay attention. I'm going to go over the whole things and see how it works. And that structure is so powerful. Okay? This title had no effect. It's not showing there. Only whatever it's inside a block. Which kind of blocks do I have? And how is the structure? Please pay attention. I have extended a template called base the billings. Oh, let's look at that. Where is it? It should be really under the billings. The best place to put it is right under the templates. So always try to make one for every application. Call it by base underscore the name of the application. Put it right under the templates. Okay? And then you will inherit from it. So let's see what is inside there. Oh, this one has some code. Please pay attention. There are a body block. There is a toolbar, sub-app toolbar. There's blocks here. Everything is organized nicely in blocks. Okay? This is the language of Django. That's what I mentioned before. Okay? And it's extending from this one and then it's putting all those blocks. So let's look at this one. This one, it's the main template for the whole project. Where we usually put it, we put it separately in a template outside the apps, outside all of those. Now we're getting familiar with all directories. None of those directories is coincident. Everything has a purpose, okay? Here we put all the applications. Here we're putting the templates for the main project, which is trades. By the way, you can have several projects, okay? And all of them can have a new IP address, blah, 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 but that's for an advanced topic, okay? For now, under the templates, I have a base. And the base, I will double click on it. On here, I have a lot of stuff. Remind you, I showed it to you already before. This is a classical HTML, head and body. But this one, it's really extended to allow me to use this block method, which is really cool. Let's look at it. Let's start from the head. If you see the head, okay, let's ignore this one. We'll talk about it some other session. But we do have a block here. The first block I defined is called title. By the way, title in HTML, this is what you see when you look on here. You see it says the billings here. I can change it. I will change it in a minute, and we'll see how that happened. The way you affect what it will say in the folder, it's right in here. Okay, so I'm making a folder here. By the way, in the base one, I'm just putting a base. So if I didn't override this block, what do I mean by that? If I go to the base the billings and I'm inheriting, meaning I am extending the base, oh, I'm writing my own. You see this block going to replace the block I defined in here. This is not HTML language. The blocking is Ginger, but inside I'm using HTML language. So if I don't really want whatever it's here, I can override it by basically making a similar block here, and this block will override. By the way, let's take it out and see what happened. I will delete it, okay? Now let's see what the effect is. I'll refresh. It will go and put me a base. It took it from the base one because I didn't override it. If I will go back here, I'm overriding a specific block. This is really cool. Okay? That's why that means whatever in the block in the base, I'm overriding. It's very similar to object-oriented in a sense, but this is designed for templates. Okay? So here is beautiful. So if you don't like the billings, you can just write billings. Billings, billing, app. That could be a nicer title. Billing, billing, like that. Fair enough? That would be nicer. What the nice thing is that when we use it for the main page, okay, you can change title based on you're inheriting from the base, but you can in every application use this trick. For every application in the base of the set, that application just override it once here. Later on, when you're inheriting in the index, say I don't really have to write it again. All the pages, the index, all of them, I don't really have to inherit that one. I don't have to override it. I did it here. That will do for all the pages of the billing, of the billings application. That's pretty cool. Later on, let's skip that one. By the way, if you notice, look in the home, let's go into the base. That's one first block. Let's look at another block that we have. In the body, there's a lot HTML. And if you scroll down, you will see, I intentionally, by the way, it checks if the person is authenticated. We talk about it in another session, authentications. And if the person already logged in, he put the password in the right way, I can allow here different type of a toolbar. This is the area to develop toolbars. I have one that in any case, I have the log off, and we'll talk about some other session. When you click on the button here, it will log off, but I can add stuff here in the middle. Those are the blocks we're going to override in the base. And here we have one of them, okay? We have app toolbar. You see, this one is basically going into the base and say, oh, I don't want it to be empty. I'm going to override this part. When I'm overriding here, it means whatever I'm typing in here, this code is going to be inserted into this one right in this area. And that's really completing a list. By the way, this is a list. Okay, let's look at that. That's a good one to, again, one more time. Let's do that. That's a good way to study, as I said. We want a list, is that right? So now you know, you can write a list, or can you just write UL or OL? We'll see the difference in a second. Let's see what it gives me. Here we go, UL tag. And let's look at it. This is the tag UL, LI, and I can write stuff inside. So let's look at an example. Here we go, very nice. I can have it with a little dots here, is that right? How about if I change it? I think it's called OL. That's called ordered. Let's run it. And nice, now I'm getting a number here, is that right? That's pretty cool. So we're almost done for today, but just let's complete that part. And we will talk about those ones over time. We'll see more example until you get it. So if you look at this one, I'm basically putting LI, a class. It has to do with the style. So let's ignore that for now. But I'm putting here a link. When you click on it, it will go to the main. You click on it, it will go to do. So this is a link we'll talk about the next time. Okay? But the most important here, I have pieces of a list. I could have changed, instead of having this one, okay, let's change it. Amos. And here I'll write Liam. No more links. This is part of a list. By the way, I can even remove that one. It will just make something will look odd, but the style make it look nice, okay? But this is basically just a list, part of the list. If I take this one, it's like, by the fact that I have this block, it's going to take this content and put it right inside here. Inside here. It will replace this area, and under the unordered list, it will put that one here. Let's look at it, by the way. That's pretty cool. Let's go back to here, refresh. Look at the right side. It didn't like me, why? What did I do? It should like me. And
you need to log in.
Say again?
You need to log in.
Ah, that's right. That might be the reason. Good eye. I didn't even notice. Let's see. And I need to go to, we didn't really put it in the list here, D billings. And here we go. You see, Amos and Liam is really crowded, and I just destroyed the good links. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I can build up part of that list, and the beauty of the design here, for every application, we'll have a different menu. And we'll see as we go along. You'll have a time to practice that one. Okay, so let's go back, reverse my distractions here, put it back as it used to be. And the nice thing is, and we'll learn that in other sections. This is really important. This has to do with the way in Django, we kind of leading it to go to the right places. Okay, and the nice thing is inside the template we put. Moreover, we will see, and I will show you examples, and with that we'll finish for today, almost finish. One more thing and I'm done. You'll see when I want to run an algorithm, I would like to make a link like that. I will go run a code and do it. Let me demonstrate just a little bit demonstration slowly from a real case, okay? Here I have a project, and we have a screen like that. This is a very cool screen. It looks like I'm still working on it. See, I'm testing myself. But this is, This is really a heavy-duty deep learning, machine learning algorithm we developed, in which I'm uploading information. I can give it a title. In fact, I have an arrow here, so you can see my arrow. I'm trying to solve it, okay? I call it Amos 22. It's a title. I browse. I'm uploading an Excel file, have a lot of stuff in it, and I'm asking him, do the algorithm. So when I'm running it, it works. You can see it works. It has an error. I'm trying to discover what it is. This is a server, by the way. This is a real server. It does work nicely. The same screen work nicely from here. So if I go here, 127, it does work. And I have no idea why it doesn't work yet on the other one. So the algorithm is working. Everything is working nicely, but not on the server. But that's because I don't really know yet. I will find out. This will crash in a minute. It will crash. Okay, it crashed. I'm trying to find out why, and I will discover it. But this one, it does work here. That's a process you will go through, you will see. This is really the same thing, just on my development computer, I have a local server on which I'm testing. When everything works perfectly, I'm transferring it to Amazon. So here, if I go into here, that's pretty cool. I have a menu. By the way, this looks familiar. This is like the traits, but it's much more elaborated. So everything's, and I'm clicking on potential. This is called an algorithm called potential. Okay, here it does work. If I write here Amos 22, or let's say just we know, I'll add more to, browse, upload the Excel file, and upload. It's beautiful. When I'm uploading, I'm actually uploading an Excel file into Python. Inside Python, I'll just show you a little bit of code. Very beautiful. It goes to here. It gets, in fact, to here. It gets the file. He knows how to read the file. By the way, he knows how to read. This is the way he reads the file. Say I'm transferring the files. I'm getting them out. I'm making a directory. You see the media, we'll talk about it later on a lot. I'm removing a directory from hard drive. I'm calling this one, by the way, it's an object. And this is really a database. I'm calling that one. I'm putting the data inside the database. And after that, I'm calling another object, very sophisticated object. This is really the algorithm itself. So I'm writing the algorithm in an object called process data. And here is the file in which that project I developed it. It works beautifully. It's quite long, has a lot of stuff in it. You can see, huge. It does all of that. Here you need to know Django, you need to know Panda, NumPy. That's for the next course. Next course is when you devote yourself into developing those files when you already know what those ones do. So I'm controlling from the structure of Django an object that run algorithms, use the host, by the way, this is it, then it runs the main, it does compression. It has a lot of excess that is generating in the process, compressing them, and then when it's done, okay, it's done, is rendering that same page, but we'll talk about that one. This is, by the way, a table in a database. And inside we will see how it's turning this one into a nice, by the way, it will turn it, by the way, you can see here. You can see a for loop here, but this time is looping over the records in a database. That's pretty cool. So let's look, I think it's finished. Here we go, I have another line. This is exactly what I just transferred up. If I click on this one, I don't really want to download it, but this one I'm downloading the result. It's a zip file, you can see. It's a zip file, it was smart enough. This is the file I uploaded. You see Y_1985. He added a D before it. He did all the analysis. In fact, he created a lot of, by the way, it will be really nice. I will show you, and that will be the end of the session for today. It really did so much work. It did so much work. If you go, and this is really elaborate, you see how many applications, there are a lot of them. I made one application for research, okay? And the place I'm putting the whole data it goes into, if you go into media, and what did I put it? Here we go. Did I put, here we go. I have the media, and if you see research, I have potential, and here is the file it just created. By the way, let's copy it. Let's see what it's inside. This is what I uploaded. This is what it created. Copy. Copy. Let's go here and open it up. I don't like to do it in the development environment. And this is really cool. This is makes someone that knows not only machine learning, but also how to do it very efficient. There's many people know a lot of things, but are they efficient? Can they do stuff fast? That's what makes the difference. I don't have it here. Why not? It doesn't like me. See copy here? Yeah, copy and copy. Go here. Should let me paste. Why it doesn't like me? It doesn't like me for some reason. I know what to do. Let's go here. Let's go here. No, let's go here. One day you learn that one too. You know, there's so much to learn, but step by step. Let me go into here. It should. Yeah, this I have on the C drive. So I can go to the C drive. Let me go to, I put it right here. Where do I want to put it? Under Amos. Okay, I'll just put it here. And I have passed here or not? Why it doesn't like me? Okay, let's do it one more time in a different way. Just this one, let's go to projects. I'll copy it and it's simple. This one it will work. Sometimes from the PyCharm it doesn't like it. So I will go into here and I'm going to here. This is a huge project. This is the Academy City, by the way, okay? So I go into the media, research, and potential. And this is really, I uploaded this one and it created a zip file. I'll copy it and I go back to recent and I see here C drive. No, let's close it. Let's go. Let me click. And I'm going to the C drive here. I will do paste. It doesn't paste into folder. Very good. Now it's inside there. This is the way I can copy from one machine to another. Okay. Let's go to my C drive. And under my C drive, I have a directory called Amos. And here I put it right here. You see, this is a zip file that I did online. By the way, this is really very innovative. It's an article I'm publishing very soon. And this is the research. And everyone that want to use my algorithm can use it. And I will open it up in Academy City. So if you go into here and you do extract files, extract here. So here we go. It will open it up. Nice. And now I will do extract one more time. Here will extract here. Give me a directory. And you will see that this directory has a lot of files. You see, this is, it did the whole things. It's really elaborated algorithm. This is the bottom line, the summary. Okay, it was very smart enough. I uploaded this name Y_1985, so I put it there. But those are, in fact, files built on the Excel I uploaded. That's pretty cool. By the way, you can open it up now. That's a beautiful for research that I'm doing all the hard work in Python, Panda, NumPy. This one, it's a really sophisticated algorithm and called potential. And this is the bottom line. This is the final result. It's a research on different countries, okay? How to do forecast. This is a very good example that not only I'm doing a data science, I'm also a good communicator because I can communicate, I can send this one to, I don't really need to send. Somebody can automatically, I will open it up. It will take me another week, I will just find the error. And so every doctor or somebody who wants to do a PhD can use my algorithm online. That's beautiful, okay? That's really summarizing what we wanted. Let's sum up. and close the session for today. What we did today, we started the review of routing, and from the routing, we saw how we get into the view, which is the logical layer. We looked at the view of the main, and we got a very simple function. We'll see how more extensive this can get. Then we talked about the view of the billings. We get to this function, and in fact, it's opened a template called index. We looked at the index, and the index is inheriting from base. We learn about the meaning of blocking. Here we're overriding a block that exists inside here, okay? But even before I got to the index, this is extending, this index is extending another template. So I'm going to that one, and inside here, I notice, and in fact, I'm extending another one. So I'm looking at the base one, here it is. And here, the beautiful structure. We have a base for the whole project, yeah? And then for every application, we're making a base underscore the name of the application, and we're overriding blocks. Here we, in the base underscore the billing, we override the title. We override the list that we have on the right side, and that's it. That's for all the application, all the web pages that will be in the deep billings application. And in the index, the only things we, for now, in the body, we added a title inside the body. We're going to extend it. So this one, whatever we write here, it will go right into this part. It's empty here, but this is going to replace the base in here. If you look, you go scroll down, in the part of the body, here we go, we have a body here. It will replace this section with nothing, because I didn't put anything, but in the index, I'm overriding that empty. So this is going to be inside, and that's inside is really what we saw here when we looked at this page. Out of the billing, this is exactly this one. Okay, we finish with making it a little bigger. Okay, let's make here H1. Close it with H1. Okay, already, fair enough. And now we just go and look at that, will be bigger. And the 9 things is, here we go, it's bigger. How did I get that value? Well, last sentence, it's in the view. I transfer the variable. The name of the variable is title. This is the text I transfer to this variable. This variable is recognized inside the template as, and I have to use this double bracket to use it. And I can surround it with a text of HTML. Okay, thank you. It was a long one today, but I think it was very important. We summarized a lot of things. And please, 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 go over school, the one that I mentioned. This is an excellent, spend some time. This is the right time to spend learning a little bit HTML, okay? Thank you, Hanoch, thank you, Liam, and see you. Questions?
No.
Beautiful. How are you doing, Liam?
I'm okay.
You surviving? Put
Yeah.
your camera so I can see you. Hanoch, let me see you too. Are you guys surviving?
Yeah.
You know, in the beginning, everything looks so easy, so simple. You know, learning Python, it's not even the beginning. Everybody thinks he's studying Python, he knows everything. No, you really haven't started yet. And don't jump right away to machine learning, because it's like someone doesn't know how to swim, jump to the ocean. You're better off start swimming in a pool, and after you learn how to swim, go to the ocean. Is that right? That's really what it is. Many people don't have that idea. I stopped there. I feel like I can stop the recording too. But I did want to talk to you because it's really important. How do I close it?